6 months later, it happened again. And oh man, am I excited to report that I found the #1 most difficult Hot Wheels to get your hands on out in the wild.
Another one.
But if that wasn't enough, I also found this. And one of these very good looking Hot Wheels as well. So sit back, relax, and let this absolutely amazing hunting adventure unfold before your very eyes, and I'll tell you the insanely lucky story of how I found my second Hot Wheels Super Treasure Hunt. Diving headfirst into the premium cars at one of 3 super lucky Smyths Toys featured in today's video, and immediately I can sense a fresh restock of Boulevard cars, and hopefully this means that for the first time ever, I will be able to find the ultra desirable Spoon Civic, and no way! That's so extremely lucky, and I'm double happy that I can now say that I've finally found one of these epic Hot Wheels out in the wild. It's very important to check through all of the 5 packs, as Mattel recently released a god tier Nightburner set, and every single Hot Wheels in the box is a must own in your collection for sure. And as luck would have it, boom. Oh man, look, this is actually 100% a Hot Wheels God pack. And I know that you guys would agree that 9 times out of 10, there are often 2 or 4 other cars that we don't like inside of a 5 pack that genuinely makes you question your own sanity when choosing to purchase a whole multi-pack just to own one awesome car. Looks like a fresh box of Neon Speeders 3 was also hung up only moments ago, as you have to be super lucky to get your hands on one of these very good looking bright pink Porsches. There are also an absolute ton of mainline basic cars struggling to hold onto the pegs right now. Always a win to find one of these dark green Toyota Supras and the red version of the Bugatti Bolide. And after checking through everything hung up in store today, here's the very best Hot Wheels that I found. And lastly, before we bounce, I'm more than happy to hang up all of these awesome Hot Wheels out in front just like this for another collector to get excited about, as I already have all of these cars in my collection already. You guys need to check your local independent shopping centres, as you can see here, hung up on a dedicated Hot Wheels display stand that I've never seen before here in the UK. Hidden within the toy section, I can't believe that I just found all of these Silver Series Transformers Hot Wheels, and oh man, looks like you could easily make a full set from everything hung up here today, including a few more cars on this side, and you better believe that I'm grabbing a full set of all 5, plus an extra Bugatti for my collection. Oh, but wait, no way, there's actually another awesome Silver Series set to find next. And although someone else has already taken all of the yellow Mitsubishis, it's still very lucky to find this many cars from this series still in stock. And like I said, make sure you're checking for Hot Wheels at independent shops hidden inside of shopping malls, just like I did, because the more stores that you can check for Hot Wheels, the more chances you have of finding what you're looking for. Moving on and hitting my local Poundland, we're walking up to some more Hot Wheels Transformers action, and you guys need to get yourselves out hunting if you don't own at least one of these super cool Golden Nugget Bumblebee VWs in your collection already. All of my subscribers know that I have made it my personal mission to find every regular Treasure Hunt Hot Wheels released this year. And no way! Jackpot! If you've been following along closely with my hunting adventures, then you guys will know that I was dangerously close to never finding this Treasure Hunt Ford Supervan, which means that this store visit is such a huge win for my collection. Let's quickly blast through all of the other cars in stock right now to make sure that we're not leaving behind any heat. Oh, and what do we have here? Nice! It's always super lucky to find this bright blue, awesome Honda Civic. I already have all of the other epic cars hung up here today, so I'm just taking home my Treasure Hunt Supervan, and then I can show you exactly what's going down at store visit number 4. Okay, so it's always double interesting when you discover a box of Hot Wheels inside of a supermarket that looks like this one, as a member of staff could have easily just ripped the top off a fresh box of Hot Wheels, placed it here, and then simply moved on to the next task without checking for supers. And this box right here is actually looking very healthy with a huge pile of cars to sort through. And oh man, there is actually a second box pushed right to the back as well. Looks like the Hot Wheels thieves have been up to their usual tricks, which is always very disappointing to see. It's definitely less common to find long card versions of awesome Hot Wheels here in the UK, just like this white release for the Porsche keychain clip. Digging down deeper, and well, what do we have here? The second treasure hunt Hot Wheels for 2025 is this Let's Race fantasy car. And oh man, you guys will have to let me know in the comments if this despicably placed security sticker would completely put you off from buying this one. And for everyone who wants to see which were the best cars in stock today, it was definitely these 4 Hot Wheels right here. I'm going to leave this treasure hunt behind just like this for another collector. And now, let's find out who can guess correctly which Hot Wheels treasure hunt should be coming up next. Tesco is another popular supermarket that you can check for Hot Wheels, and after patiently waiting for a mother and her son to pick out literally one car, I did notice that they chose the regular non-super version of the 1950s Hero Hutter Merc, and unknowingly left behind this Hot Wheels treasure hunt, which is the 3rd treasure hunt released for 2025. Here's the other purple Merc. So looks like this case was a dud, but it's always great to find a treasure hunt, which I will also be leaving behind for another collector. Get ready and brace yourself as we shift into 6th gear inside of another super lucky Smyths Toys, as I can't believe that this much harder to find MG Metro rally car is just sitting out in front of the pegs, and oh man, this Hot Wheels looks absolutely amazing in real life. I also know that all of you Porsche fans just like me are 100% going to be adding this super cool bright yellow premium version for the 911 Carrera into your collection, as this sports car is 100% goated. Looks like there are also a few more very desirable premium Hot Wheels in stock right now, including not one, but 2 of the Boulevard 103 light blue Porsches. And oh man, there is actually a second MG hidden here as well. Here's a super quick look at a few of the Hot Wheels Silver Series products that are hung up in store right now, and pushed to the back behind the Hammer Drops Mazda, it's actually super lucky to find one of these very good looking orange BMW race cars, which has definitely been a lot harder to get your hands on here in the UK. I know that you guys wouldn't turn down one of these Boulevard Porsches, especially as they are on sale for only $6.99 each right now. Let me know in the comments if you're a big fan of the matte black paint used on this Mazda. Definitely loving the wheels and red wing on this version of the 787B. No one can convince me otherwise that I should be enjoying this dirty orange Lancia, which is why 3 of these Hot Wheels have been left behind today. And yes, it's highly likely that an employee reseller found the chase inside of the stockroom first. Before we leave, let's super quickly find out which were the best Hot Wheels mainline basic cars hung up here today. And after digging through all of the main lines, here are the very best Hot Wheels that I found. Enjoy, you're welcome. After the longest time, I'm very pleased to present to you the first decent Sainsbury's store visit featured here on the channel. And although it looks like this case was a dud, as I walked into this supermarket, I literally just witnessed a staff member place this box of Hot Wheels here on the shelf and then walk away. So let's get busy and find out if being first counts. As you can see here, there were actually quite a few of the best Hot Wheels left behind today, and I hope that all of you guys will have the majority of these awesome cars in your collections right now. Let me know in the comments if you found it easy or difficult to get your hands on this rolling metal Cybertruck. I'm definitely a big fan of the paint colour used on this 1987 Audi Quattro. This bright blue Honda Civic is much harder to find out in the wild for sure, but the star of the show and the Hot Wheels coming home with me today is this Fast and Furious all black R32 Skyline. Nice. Another retail store that I have never featured before is good old Argos. Founded here in the UK in 1972 and recommended to me by a fellow collector and subscriber. Let's find out exactly what's going on inside of this mini dump bin, as right off the bat it's always super lucky to find one of these really good looking white Subarus. Although I'm definitely not impressed that Argos have decided to stick a huge catalogue reference number right onto the front of the card, as surely this could be placed onto the back instead. After sorting through everything here today, these are the 4 best Hot Wheels without question that I found. Okay, wow, going from just a few Hot Wheels, you guys better brace yourself, as we all know that ALDI supermarkets are another great place that you can hunt for Hot Wheels, and from personal experience, I've maybe found 3 or 4 of these blue cardboard display boxes in store at any given time. But as you can see here, there are actually so many of these boxes placed here at nearly every single till point, and oh man, did I just count 10 of these display boxes in total. Let's get double busy and start wading through hundreds of Hot Wheels and start finding loads of ultra desirable cars just like this one. And hopefully we can also find a treasure hunt or even a super treasure hunt hiding somewhere inside one of these boxes in store right now. So after going through these 2 display boxes first, check out all of the awesome Hot Wheels that I found. Looks like both boxes were duds, as I found 2 of the purple Solera GTs that I know would have been the super treasure hunt seeded into this particular group of products right here. And after digging through another display box of Hot Wheels, even more awesome cars were found, as you can see here. But I'm still hoping that we can find that awesome rolling metal treasure hunt. 2 more cases in, and we're still finding epic Hondas and the god tier Nissan 180 SX, as well as more regular versions for the purple Solera GT. Big fan of this bright green Ford GT and the orange off-road Lamborghini, and if this isn't documented proof that determination is the key to success, and that's because, boom, rolling metal DeLorean treasure hunt found, jackpot. Oh man, now that's what I'm talking about. This car looks sweet and has definitely been a lot harder to find out in the wild for sure. As for real, this is the very first time that I found this one. No super treasure hunts to report from this store visit today, so let's bounce and I'll show you guys some more awesome Hot Wheels inside of another Morrisons supermarket. As mentioned previously, it's actually really exciting to find your favourite Hot Wheels as long card versions here in the UK, and 100% I would have grabbed this awesome Honda Civic as I don't own a long card version in my collection already. But for real, this security sticker looks impossible to remove, and I highly doubt that the good old hairdryer trick is going to work on any of these. Looks like someone had a really good time taking home all of the Spoon Civics and bright blue Boulevard Porsches as usual. And before we move on to store number 11, let me very quickly sort through all of the mainline basic cars that are in stock today, so that I can show you guys these 3 awesome and harder to find Hot Wheels right here. And for the record, Morrisons are asking £2.15 per mainline basic car, which is definitely a more expensive price tag for Hot Wheels sold here in the UK. It's definitely been a minute here on the channel since we last stepped foot inside of an ASDA supermarket, but I know that you guys would agree that when you find the bright blue Honda Civic, it's time to start digging so that we can discover which desirable Hot Wheels we're hiding here today. Turns out these 4 were the best for sure. And lastly, if you thought Morrisons was expensive, do you guys think that it's acceptable to spend £2.40 of your hard-earned money on this very nice looking orange Mustang Shelby GT500 so that you can add this awesome Hot Wheels into your collection? It's time to speedrun our way through hundreds of Hot Wheels inside of this entertainer toy shop. And as you guys can see here, I spy the 2 regular versions for the High Roller Super Treasure Hunt, so hopefully there are some other newer and more desirable Hot Wheels for us to find here today. And inside these boxes placed underneath the table, another very good looking DeLorean that everyone should 100% own in their collection right now is this retro black version with super cool bright pink windows. So from everything placed on top of the tables and from everything inside these 4 boxes right here, this is what I found. Looks like no one scored themselves a High Roller Super, but perhaps there was a Spectraflame purple Merc discovered in the stockroom first before these Hot Wheels hit the shop floor. Let's embark on another quickfire round of awesome Hot Wheels inside of a second super lucky ALDI supermarket, as I could already see some much harder to find Hot Wheels just sitting on top of this fully loaded display box. 3 of the best Fords that you can find out in the wild right now are these good looking Hot Wheels right here. I hope that all of you guys own these 4 in your collections already. At the top of everyone's most wanted list to find out in the wild at some point were these 2 for sure. Here's 3 more epic Hot Wheels that are much harder to find for the majority of collectors. And lastly, even though the Super Treasure Hunt version for this purple Solera GT could well be the worst Super released in 2024, I would still get overexcited to find one for myself. Next up, and surprisingly we're actually back inside another Sainsbury supermarket that I've never visited before, but you guys know that when you find another Dark Horse Mustang and this ain't fair Hot Wheels treasure hunt hiding in plain sight, it's definitely time to start digging, and I'll show you the very best cars that are in stock right now. You 100% need your luck turned up to the maximum to be able to pull 3 of these Golden Nugget VW Beetles from just one box of Hot Wheels. Here are some more epic Porsches, including the mainline basic version of the yellow Hammer Drops premium car that I found in store visit number 6. Some of the nicest Hot Wheels all in white are these 3 awesome cars right here. And are you really even taking collecting Hot Wheels seriously if you don't own all 7 of these god tier must-have pieces in your collection? Before we hit the road, Sainsbury's are one of the only stores that I know of here in the UK that sell 8-packs. So here's a quick showcase of all 24 Hot Wheels in stock today, although it's very important to remember that Smyths Toys will sell you a 10-pack for the same price. This store visit is for all of the best and legendary people watching right now. And we're actually only one store away, but before I reveal which store is coming up next, I'll make this showcase quick, as I know that you would agree that very close to finding a super treasure hunt out in the wild is being lucky enough to find another Boulevard Spoon Civic hung up in store. And oh man, that's insanely lucky. And now we need to find out if the number 103 Porsche is hiding here as well. And oh man, nice. That's actually amazing. But 100% I will be leaving behind the Porsche for another collector. And now let's cut to the good part, which is where I show you guys the 8 best Hot Wheels mainline basic cars that were hiding here today. With the sunshine pouring onto these 2 display boxes of Hot Wheels early in the morning, we're back inside of another ALDI supermarket, and for real, because I never found the white version of this R33 Godzilla Skyline out in the wild, I always feel a small sense of victory when I find the grey version. And it's also worth mentioning right now that these boxes do have a few loose cars thrown on top. Okay, so take note, look at how neatly all of the cars are packed inside of this box, and yes, jackpot! I'm super happy that I just found my second rolling metal DeLorean treasure hunt. A member of staff just told me that they need to open the till point I was just using, so we're now back in business, and I'll sort through everything here and show you guys all of the best cars from these 2 boxes. What happens now is I'm about 70% done with picking out the winners, and in my head, I'm thinking I'll showcase exactly how many epic Hot Wheels I found already, and then go into telling you guys that it's actually crazy how many grey Godzilla Skylines I'm finding out in the wild right now, as I spy the Godzilla logo hiding behind a Let's Race Diora 3, and then ask if everyone else is experiencing the same thing where you live. But what actually happens next is from where I'm standing, I can see a bright flash of purple, and that's because, boom, Solero GT Super Treasure Hunt found. You can see that my hands are now starting to shake wildly, and oh man, the lighting is actually super cool, and it's like God's finger was directing me to find this super, and for real, I couldn't be more grateful to be standing here right now. Even though I fully understand it's widely discussed that this Solero GT Super is known for being the worst looking super treasure hunt released in 2024. Number 1, I'm just so happy that I actually found a super treasure hunt out in the wild, and I really hope that these boxes were checked through by the staff first, and that today the employee resellers lost, and instead this super treasure hunt was found by a real Hot Wheels collector, which is the way that it should be. Number 2, 1000% this super will never be listed on eBay and will forever be an awesome trophy that I keep in my collection forever. Here's a side-by-side comparison with the regular version of the purple Solero GT shown here at the top and the purple Spectraflame Super Treasure Hunt placed below. I actually do not own the regular purple version for the Solero GT, so I'm super hyped that I can buy both versions that I found here today. Hope you guys enjoyed the ride and story behind this unforgettable hunting adventure. I'm going to grab both of the Rolling Metal DeLorean Treasure Hunt, the super and regular version of the purple Solero GT, then throw everything else back into these boxes, as for real, a mother and her son just asked me very politely if they could look through the Hot Wheels after me. I also wanted to share with you that awesome feeling you get walking a super treasure hunt up to the self-checkout, scanning that bad boy just like this, and then only being required to pay the tiny sum of just £1.49 to become the proud owner. Before I show you guys all of the awesome Hot Wheels that I added into my collection and reveal exactly how much I spent in just a moment, here's a real taste of pure reality, as I want you guys to understand that this situation right here is also one that I walk up to very often and choose not to include in my hunting videos, because it really doesn't matter if you find a super treasure hunt or you find absolutely nothing just like this. It's all part of the fun that's included with being a Hot Wheels fanatic, and I'm here for it. Okay, so in full transparency as always, it gives me great pleasure to report that the total cost for these 23 Hot Wheels products, including 6 premiums, 6 Silver Series Transformers, 14 mainline basic cars, and 1 Hot Wheels Super Treasure Hunt, reduced my bank balance this time by £96.29, which then averages out to £3.56 per vehicle. Smash like on this video right now, hit subscribe and share this content with another collector to show other people in our hobby that you really can find a super treasure hunt out in the wild if you're willing to put in the hours and hard work like I do. And if you enjoy opening your Hot Wheels, then you'll be very pleased to learn that I've left a very interesting link as a pinned comment and within this video's description as well for a light up diorama multi-story parking display that you should 100% check out if you haven't done so already. Take it easy everyone, appreciate each and every one of you for watching, I'll see you in the next one, and stay lucky fellow diecast collector.